Hi Taurus, welcome or welcome back. We're doing your tarot and oracle reading. This reading is going to be good for all Taurus placements, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. Be sure to check your other placements and only take what resonates. So Taurus, we're going to dive into general and love energies for you. Whenever this reading comes across your page is when it is good for you. These readings are timeless. Feel free to flip and reverse the roles. I did pull some Astro Oracle to get us started here. And don't forget, guys, if you do like the video or you find this video enjoyable or helpful in some way, don't forget to like and subscribe. It really does help my channel out, and you can stay up to date on all of the current astrology as well as your tarot horoscopes. So for your Astro Oracle, I did get Dignified Strength, card number 13. I got Transits Climate, card number 55. I also got Scorpio, card number 8, Investigate. And then finally, I usually just have been drawing 3, but a 4th one popped out. I got the 9th house. It fell out in the reverse. The keyword on this card is exploration, and it is card number 47. So this is a lot of good positive energy. Now, when I was first kind of meditating on your energy, Taurus, there was this energy of really going through, like you're kind of at the end of a karmic cycle or at the end of a challenging period in your life. And this is kind of where you're stepping into your strength and your power from, you know, a previously very challenging situation. And it seems to be where you can also this is also a time where you can give other people, you know, the wisdom that you've gained through that experience. You can teach other people how to get through it. You can help give back in some way. But I have a feeling you're stopping yourself from being able to do that because it's almost like you're expecting more negativity to come into your life. Now, we're going to see how these oracle cards fit into the rest of the reading. But let's get some sacred symbol oracle here. Some of you guys either have Scorpio placements. I was trying to think, this moon is actually in Scorpio the day that I'm recording this. I could also be likely reading for a Taurus moon placement. That's a possibility. All right, what do we have for Taurus placements? Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. We have the Divine Feminine, card number 6. There's a siren in the background. I'm not sure if you guys can pick that up on the mic or not. Bottom of the deck, I do have air in the reverse. So there could have been something here about a conversation with a feminine energy that kind of went wrong. There could have been some sort of, I don't want to say negativity underlying the conversation, but there could have been something in regards to the conversation that did not go well. There could also be an energy here of you needing to step more into your divine feminine energy. So this could be an energy of you receiving more as opposed to you giving more, which is a very masculine type energy. And maybe you guys are a little bit uncomfortable doing that. We have fire coming out, card number 22. Some of you guys could be life path 22s. I'm sorry, that's card number 27, but 22 is still significant here because it wouldn't come to me for no reason. Some of you guys are life path 9s or have a fire sign placement. But I also feel like you have a lot of energy right now, or you have more energy than you previously have had, or you're trying to gain more energy in some way. You could be, you know, more motivated to execute things that you're passionate about. We have spiritual cleansing, card number 50. So if you guys are feeling a lack of energy or like lethargy in some way, or feeling ho-hum and just energetically stuck, there could be a need for you to cleanse your physical space, your home, your physical body, like cleansing everything just to get rid of any stuck or stagnant energy, because that could potentially be holding back your fire element. I also just got intuitively that some of you guys are missing the fire element in your birth chart. So that could just be a symbol for you that sometimes you do, if you're missing an element in your birth chart, sometimes you do need to overcompensate and try to balance out the energies in your birth chart a little bit more, because that element is not going to come as easily to you. So fire energy could be a bit more challenging for you to embody, but it doesn't mean it's impossible. Hold on here. Sorry guys, I'm just getting over being sick, so I have to stay hydrated. Okay, why is this divine feminine energy here for Taurus? We have the Page of Cups. Yeah, I feel like somebody wants to give you a gift And you're very much in, you know, it seems like you're very used to being in your masculine energy with that King of Swords that came out here. But it seems like you should be in this energy of receiving, and you're very used to giving. You're also very used to being stuck in your logical mind and needing to make all the decisions. You know, maybe if you have children or if you have a family, you're used to being the breadwinner, or you're used to making all the decisions. You're used to doing all the things that the masculine would traditionally do. But this is about an era in which you're supposed to step into your divine feminine, which is all about receiving. And you're very uncomfortable doing that, and that's okay. There could also be an air sign masculine in your life, or could be coming into your life. Why is this fire element card here for Taurus? We have the Two of Wands. And the Ace of Pentacles. There's some sort of opportunity for you coming in. So this fire energy is very significant, especially with it being in the middle of the table here. And with the Two of Wands and the Ace of Pentacles, there's some sort of choice that needs to be made. You have everything in the palm of your hands. Everything is where it is supposed to be in regards to whatever this new opportunity is. For some of you, this is a new, like an upgrade in your career, your finances, you're getting a raise, you're getting the job you wanted. Some of you guys have been looking for a job for a long time. Some of you guys are starting a business and it's going to go very well, or you have a choice to make in order for it to go better. And I think that you just need to take your time making this decision, whatever it is, because there's two different paths that you can go down. Remember that the Pentacles are the element of earth, and it's the slowest moving element, but it's also the most rewarded. So don't be afraid to take your time making this decision. Don't be impulsive doing it, but also follow your heart and your passion. So if there's a choice between something that you're truly passionate about and something that you're just like, you know, I could live without it, definitely go for the thing that you're going to be more passionate about and you have, you know, a lot of passion for, if that makes sense. But ultimately, it looks like you have two different roads you could go down, and everything is in the palm of your hand, and you are capable of doing whatever you want with those two options right now. I also feel like there's a little bit of inner conflict or inner tension that you're experiencing. There could have been some sort of ending, or you could have walked away from something or someone that was not emotionally fulfilling you because you felt like you were backstabbed or betrayed. And this could have been like the karmic cycle that you were completing when we were talking about at the beginning of the reading with your Astro Oracle, with the Scorpio card that transits dignified in the 9th house in the reversed. There could have been a fire sign involved there, and it left you feeling very depressed, apathetic, even possibly having regrets about, you know, that situation. And you know, it was meant to transform you in some way, and it was supposed to build character through the discomfort that you were experiencing. But if you're still feeling that energy, or if that's why, you know, you haven't been able to fully move on or fully put all of your energy into something new, or what you're passionate about, or what you should be focusing on, there's definitely a need for you to do some spiritual cleansing of your home, your space, your body, your aura. The Knight of Wands in the reversed. Particularly if there is an energy or a connection from the past that was a bit immature, very flirtatious, or very, what's a good word for this that's appropriate for YouTube? Oh, my tea kettle's whistling. One second, guys. Sorry, guys. I actually forgot that I had my tea kettle on while I was filming this. But back to the spiritual cleansing card. This could be particularly directed towards you. If there was a connection with somebody that was a bit promiscuous, a bit immature, they were either actually physically younger than you, or actually younger than you, or they just exhibited more immaturity, or exhibited themselves to be, you know, more immature or younger than you, but very promiscuous, very playboy energy, F-boy energy like that. Doesn't necessarily have to be a male, but all right. So Taurus, let's go ahead and just get some advice. Excuse me. The Hermit card, yeah, introspection and kind of going within. I feel like you're searching for the answers to a lot of things right now, kind of wrapping things up from the things that you've been experiencing. And I think that your answers and your happiness are going to come from, you know, a time of being kind of by yourself and looking for the answers within, as opposed to looking for all of the answers outside of yourself, because you're not going to find happiness in another person or in another situation, or, you know, in anything external to you. That happiness, Sun card, happiest card in the deck, is only going to come from within you. So if you're searching for answers on how to find that, your answers are going to come from within, you know, spending time doing your spiritual practices, going within, doing shadow work, you know, just spending time on your own, even if it is a bit uncomfortable to start. So We're going to move on to love for you, Taurus. If you're watching on TikTok, you can hop over to my YouTube. All right, Taurus, and you know that my personal readings for astrology and tarot can be found at the link in the description box in the pinned comment. If you're interested in personal one-on-one readings, they can be pre-recorded or you can book them for a Zoom session, but most of them are pre-recorded at this time. I also have my ritual intention oils that I do make myself. They are going to be for sale up on Etsy in the near future, but as of right now, I will just be shipping them out personally. So if you want them, you can shoot me a DM on Instagram or TikTok, or you can shoot me an email. There is a list of all the ones available down in the description box as well, but this one is Psychic Visions. I use Psychic Visions before any reading I do for the collective, for my personal readings, etc., etc. Anytime I want to connect to my intuition or connect to my psychic abilities. Also, I really like Shield Me. I use Shield Me every single day because I think protection is like the most powerful thing as far as protecting your energy. So we were just talking about cleansing your energy in the general portion of the reading. So it's really important to protect your energy after you cleanse yourself, because otherwise you're just very vulnerable and open to more negative energies attaching to you. But anyways, Taurus, let's see what's going on in your love life. Again, personal readings in the description box and the pinned comment, Taurus. Let's see what's going on in Taurus's love life. I haven't used this deck in literally forever. Can't remember the name of this one, but Taurus in love. We have the Ace of Swords. Don't want to speak on that just yet, but the Death card and the Page of Swords. Yeah, there could have been some sort of ending here. Somebody has their eye on you, I feel like, or you have your eye on somebody. So I don't know if that's somebody that you broke up with. Queen of Swords, air sign energy here. Making a choice from logic as opposed to emotion. There's nothing wrong with that. Sometimes you have to do what you have to do and cut your emotions out of it. And then we have the King of Wands, fire sign energy, Aries, Leo, or Sagittarius. Bottom of the deck, we do have the Eight of Wands, the Four of Cups, and the Magician. It seems to me that there was some sort of ending here. I feel like you're this Queen of Swords energy. It doesn't have to be you. I mean, you could be this King of Wands, but I'm feeling more intuitively led to say that this Queen of Swords is you. Some of you guys could be connected to a King of Wands type energy, a fire sign type energy. It doesn't necessarily have to be a fire sign, but the Ace of Swords in traditional tarot is all about cutting something off in order for a new beginning to be established. But there has to be an ending or a cutting of cords in order for that new beginning to be established. So I have a feeling here that you kind of initiated this ending in order to give yourself a new beginning. So you had to cut yourself off from your emotions in some way with that Queen of Swords here. We're going to clarify. Why is this Ace of Swords here? King of Pentacles. Some of you felt like this person wasn't a very stable person, maybe not very motivated, maybe they didn't have a job, maybe they were going through a rough patch in work or finance or whatever, but you could see past the bullshit. I don't know. Let's see. Eight of Cups in the reversed. Okay, I wasn't expecting that, even though we kind of picked up on the energy already in the general portion. Did you attempt to leave and then went back? Because it's in the reverse. The Eight of Cups is in the reversed. Maybe you felt like this person wasn't safe, wasn't stable, didn't have a sense of security, or there wasn't a sense of security within the relationship. But I'm thrown off why this Eight of Cups is in the reversed. Why is this Eight of Cups in the reversed? Ace of Wands. Yeah, you attempted to leave, or somebody attempted to leave, and it didn't end up working. You're trying to reestablish the relationship with this person or have a new beginning or a new relationship with this person. But I strongly feel as if Spirit was telling you to cut this person off entirely and to have the new beginning of the Ace of Swords or the Ace of Wands, both of them, would come after this relationship or this karmic contract was complete. Because I do believe there's a karmic contract involved here. But it seems like you went back to this person. Why is this Queen of Swords here? The Lovers card, Gemini energy. You guys could be connected to a Gemini. Seven of Cups, yeah. You let your emotions sneak back in after you tried or attempted to make a decision from logic and not involving your emotions, but there is a strong soul contract here, so it looks like you caved. And I'm not saying, like, you know, to each their own if that's the path that you want to go down, but I don't think that's where Spirit was trying to lead you to, if that makes sense. Why is this King of Wands here? They could have kind of sweet talked you back in as well. You guys could be connected to a Leo with the Strength card coming out. And the Chariot card, Cancerian energy. Maybe it was this person that tried to leave. I don't know. Just take it as it resonates, because some of you it's going to be you. Some of you it's going to be the other person. There's a lot of baggage here. The Devil card, yeah. Shadow type energy, Queen of Pentacles, Queen of Wands. There could even be third party energy here. And it's almost like this mask of healing or mask. It's like covering... It's covering like a stab wound with a band-aid, right? It's just kind of covering the surface layer, and you're not really healing the connection because you guys are both still carrying the baggage. I mean, I do see love, but does that mean that the karmic contract is not complete? Because I think Spirit was trying to lead you away from this connection and trying to tell you that this karmic contract has closed. So some of you guys tried to move away from this person and ended up moving back. So I don't know if you guys had a place together or you guys moved back in together, or like you guys tried to separate in some regard and it didn't work out, it looks like. And you guys got back together. What is the outcome of this? Seven of Cups again. I think it's going to lead to more confusion, ultimately. Indefensiveness. And yeah. So the Seven of Cups, the Seven of Wands, and the Tower. I think there is going to be a Tower moment, chaos and destruction in some way. So just prepare yourself for that if you haven't already. That might be inevitable. And ultimately it might make you more confused. But I think Spirit is trying to get your attention and trying to wake you up if this Tower moment does manifest for you in this relationship. And that's okay. You know, everybody makes mistakes, to each their own. We all have to live and learn. We're all human. And to be fair, I do see a lot of love here, and I do see a karmic contract, but that's not to say the karmic contract is not complete. So let's get some advice for Taurus. We have the Lovers card again. There is some sort of choice you need to make here. Queen of Wands, standing firm in your integrity, and the Star card. What is ultimately going to be best for your healing and your stability? Because I feel like this is a very roller coaster, up and down relationship where there's, you know, very high highs and very low lows. Is that ultimately going to aid you in your recovery, in your healing, and ultimately where you want to go in the future? Like, is this person aligned with your spiritual path and where you're supposed to go spiritually? If there's not a spiritual attunement in this day and age, it's not going to be, you know, a relationship that is ultimately for you. So that's something that you have to ask yourself. As far as major arcanas go, I do have Gemini twice. I have Leo, I have Cancer. And that's it for majors, but we definitely have heavy fire sign energy and air sign energy. So it could be any sign though. But that is all I have for you, Taurus. Again, personal readings in the description box and the pinned comment. Let's get a final closing card for you, Taurus. So we have composure. So something about keeping your composure through all of this. Meditation could also be beneficial for you at this time. But that is all I have for you, Taurus. I will see you on the next one. Bye.